Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. And we made some progress last time. We made a good bit of progress. I remember, oh man, I started the stream not knowing if we were going to make it or not, and we made such good progress, so I'm happy with that. Now, we got some more things to do. And I think today we're going to work on type. So we got a little bit of time here. We want to just do something consistent that's going to be relatively simple to do and time constraints. So right now I'm going to take every vec I've got and try to see if it makes sense to replace it with a hash map. I think in most cases the answer will be yes, particularly for integration, or for interactions. And then we might think about this in a minute. Yeah, we might think about that too in a minute. But we're going to work on the types issues that we have. This is going to make future work a lot easier. Oh, and say hi to baby today. Hi, baby. He might be chiming in with his 2 cents here in a little bit. All right. Let's get started. Now, let's go into our types and just search for vec. Okay, we have a vec here. Interesting. Okay, so this is map.keys. We're not going to get rid of that vec, obviously. Here, vec interaction. This is the main one I don't want to get rid of, but let's keep looking. Vec storage. Oh yeah, this is a big one. This is crucial for storage, so we can start using this stuff. All right. So vec here for, oh, this is for inventory. Okay. Honestly, let's work on the inventory one first. Or is that? Let's save the fun one for a second. Let's do the difficult one first. Now, where's the definition of a room? Oh, here we go. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to change this to a hash map from label to pub type label equals string. Okay. I guess it could be, well, actually, anstra. Yeah, let's do that. I thought this would work fine. Okay, I think we'll have an implicit lifetime here. Hopefully that works out okay for us. I'm a little nervous, though, about adding a lifetime. I haven't had to mess with them so much so far. So now we're going to change this to a hash map. Oh, we're going to have to add lifetimes here. No, we're not going to do that. It's going to be string. We'll do a copy instead of a lifetime there. Yeah, we don't want to have that kind of mess. Okay, so hash map of label to interaction. All right. I suppose I could call this interaction label. That makes sense. Just so I don't get super confused. Alright, now we're going to have to rework a lot of stuff to do with interactions. Let's just see how many type errors we've introduced just now. Cargo build. Oh, just one. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. Alright, let's get to the grind here. We'll go to the parser. Yeah, that's right, the parser. 227. Okay, right. We need to change this to be... I'm tempted to let AI do this because, yeah. Where's this defined? Oh, okay. We'll just make this a hash map. Oops. And interaction label. There we go. And that's going to cause some new issues. Okay, into it iter.map. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to let AI mess with this one, honestly. I don't want to mess with AI code right now. So let's just ask it to deal with that. Change the code on... Actually, no. I'm tempted to set up and just tell it inline, but unfortunately it won't make all the necessary changes. It'll stick to one place. Change the code on line 162 to save into a hash map instead of a vec. There we go. Let's see if it figures it out. Interesting. It's reading a bunch of files for what I'm asking it to do. Let's try to think ahead a little. We want to get our types replaced. Another appealing thing is to get the get some verifications in the parser for the 3-room circus, adding the validation. That's what we were working on last time. Seems like a pretty good change. Now let's see, what's it done so far? Interaction label is description.clone. Okay, that seems like a good step right there. Okay. 1 of 4. Okay, it looks like it's done now. That looks good to me. Why are we cloning it twice, though? That's a bit weird. We're cloning it here and then cloning it again. Every time we use it, we're cloning it? Oh, because we use it we use it several times. And we collect into this. Were we cloning before? Let's see. If we go down here, we weren't. I don't think there's any reason here to clone. But I'm going to go ahead and accept it as is. And then just try it. Well, let's see if it builds first of all. I guess I might have other build errors. Right. No field in overview. Okay. Okay, there are a lot of issues here, which I was kind of waiting. I was expecting a lot of these issues to come up sooner, to be quite honest with you. Okay, we're going to leave the clone in place for now, because we don't have time to think about it, honestly. We've got a lot of other issues to deal with. And I have no idea whether cloning is going to be valid or not there, or whether we need to clone or not. It just doesn't seem like we're using this field anywhere else. Okay, 227, expected hash map found vec. Okay, 227. Where was that defined? Well, we looked at the top already. We already looked here. Oh, we didn't. This is not that. Wait, that's not that. 227. I guess I didn't save the changes or something? I don't know. Okay, let's start at the top again. Okay, good. This has changed. Okay, no field overview on the type. Now, this is at 134 in main. Okay. 134. Right, it's because we're iterating over it. Right, instead of using the hash map to grab it. Okay, well, this is simple enough to do. Let sum interact, oops daisy, equal room.interactions dot get. I don't think we need it mutable. And we have the label, right? Interaction, yep. There we go. And else print line error interaction not found. And that's going to be interaction. All right. And then we're going to return here. All right. Now at this point, we don't need to... Yeah, okay, we don't need to check the label here anymore, do we? Equals ignore case. Unfortunately, I'm not checking for case ignore. I'm not ignoring the case here, so I need to do something about that sooner. I need to do that somewhere else. Like when I parse or something, I need to do that. Okay, shouldn't happen since we just found the item. Expected struct interaction found a num option. Oh. Okay, so let's do this. Paste. And we'll get rid of this new code. I like having it have some personality instead of giving an error message. Like error, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I should give some friendlier error messages there. Alright, we have the same thing going on here. So, let's do it. Oh yeah, of course, it's basically the same, it's the same kind of deal there, right? Okay, give me an ampersand then. I don't know why it's working here. Oh, that's apparent. Oh, we got a ref there. Let's make it a ref here too. Just be consistent. Alright, that should fix a good bit of it anyway. What in the world? That must have been my keyboard doing nonsense. Okay, we're shorter now, at least for now. Same kind of issue on line 242. What? Oh, 242. Boom. What? Oh, okay. If room is in there, okay, interaction. I see. Well, we're going to do this. To be quite honest with you, label interaction. There we go. Just do that. We could just put the label out, honestly. I think for the description though, we're gonna ignore the label. I think we'll put an underscore here. We might want to label, like we have on our to-do list to try to rework how we're doing right here. Labels for interactions, that was one of them. There was another to-do I thought we had to rework the way we do, oh, cohesive use of summarize label. Let's add that in there too. So we have on our to-do list to try to fix that stuff up. Let's not do it now. Let's not do a poor job of it now. Let's just wait and do a better job later. That's my thinking. Now then, that's one. I think it's the same one twice though, so let's try this and see if it works. Wow, honestly, that was much easier than it had any right to be. Let's get our changes in. Everything in main I feel pretty comfortable with. We have our parser changes. Okay, the clone there I had some concerns about. I don't think we need it. We're around line 159. 159. Here we go. Let's try without cloning. Quit. Okay, so far so good. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I thought. We don't need that label to be cloned twice. Okay. Yep. Okay. We do need to clone it here because we're using it twice in a row, right? And then we're collecting into a hash map. Okay. Interaction label, sure. All right. Replace room interactions vec. Refactor room interactions vec into a hash map. I think what I probably want to do in the parser, come to think of it, is I probably want to take this description in the parser and, in the key of the hash map, I want this label to be lowercase. But in the Yeah, right here I want it to be lowercase. Sorry, right here I want it to be normal, and right here I want it to be lowercase. So I probably am going to have to make a change there. Probably should write a test for it and just have AI fix that for me. Yeah, but where it made a copy of the label way so early, it honestly could have waited a lot, I feel like. Let's see. We have this okay here. Yeah, it could have been right here, couldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it totally could have been right around here that we do the cloning. Right? Yeah, that works. So let's take that. You know what, while we're here, let's just fix it. Let's just fix it. Now we do want to clone here. And here we want it to be 2 lowercase. Let's just do convert interaction label lowercase. Undo. We want to do it here. Dot 2 lowercase. Bless you. Are we still building? I'm going to do this as a separate thing. Ensure labels are lowercase. Ensure keys are lowercase. Interaction keys are lowercase. We want to lowercase everything. We'll do that later. It's sort of types, but it's kind of parser as well. Make sure hash map keys are always lowercase. That makes comparisons easier. Okay. Now, here when we do the comparison in a couple of places, well, here we don't have to worry about it, do we? No. Room.interaction, so let's check it out. Interaction dot, well, we want this to be lowercase inside the parser, actually. Right, so let's go to the top. Oh my. Command. Where's this being used? Right here. The command comes from here. Let's take a look. When it reads in the command, it needs to make it lowercase, I think. Honestly, I kind of would like to preserve the user's casing until the end. But I think it would be better, from a correctness point of view, it'd be better to do it here. But from the point of view of serving the user, it'd be better to do it at the place where we use it, or to make 2 copies of it. Like one of them would be for, yeah, we need to do, yeah, dot. Let's make a function. I don't know why we're converting it to, honestly, I don't know why. We're converting it to a string. Okay, so pub function trim normalized string. And we get to decide what normalized means. And a string is going to be something that implements toString or intoString. It's probably the right trait for that. S of type S. String. It will return a string. Okay, so s.toString. Does that work? Into. Okay, whoa. Undo. Let s of type string equal this. Oh, it gave me the semicolon automatically. That's nice. And then we return s.trim. Ah, it's not able to type complete everything. Okay, so let's look for string type. Let's just search. And one of these days we'll end up fixing our trim. Modules. Oh wow, there are a lot of them. What about functions inside here? Looks like this has nothing to do with the crate though. Oh, maybe it does. Keywords? Oh my goodness, wow. Oh, two-string trait. Okay, well we do want two-string, actually. I don't know why that's different than into string, honestly. Change into two-string. Right? Two-string. Perfect. Okay, yeah. And then we'll do s.toString. Now that should compile check at that point. I thought there were trim methods on a string. Let's just check it out. How do I trim white space in a Rust string? Okay, so let's look at standard string trim, maybe? Yeah, it's totally a thing. It's a method on str though. Okay. Do I have to convert to str? I mean, if so, I'll just accept the str. Yeah, let's try that. Let's just try and see if it works. Dot trim. That does not compile. Expected string found str. Oh, interesting. Trim returns a str. Okay. So let's do it this way instead. All right. That works fine. Now then. Okay. Here we go. Okay. The kind of stuff AI doesn't think about unless you tell it. Okay, and I guess those are all the strings. The rest of them are nones. I wasn't even thinking, honestly, about what kind of change I'm making here. Let's not make a change to that. Oh, I did. Whoops. Wait, did I actually amend it? Let's find out. I didn't. Good. UX lowercase. Whoa. UX lowercase user input to match to do a case insensitive search in hash maps. Really, it's key lookup, but it's technically a search, I guess. Just the hash maps tend to be really, they're specifically really good at searches like that. Now then, let's go back here and go for the other vec that we can get rid of. Now this is one we can't get rid of. We intentionally want a vec here. Yep. And here, I just realized actually, here we don't even need a vec. What if we do this? Instead of collecting it, what if we just do like this and see what happens? Can we iterate over that? No, because it doesn't have the contains method. Okay, that's why we need a vec. Okay, no reason to change it, I guess. But we're mapping over keys. Why don't we use the hash map for that? Let's take a look. Hash map contains key is a total thing there. Yeah, contains key. Okay, so let's say map dot contains key. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. That was a total waste of effort there. Let's make sure it builds. Great. Refactor get next ID to remove redundant. I feel like I misspelled that. I didn't. Data structure. Yeah, not only is it faster by not constructing a vec, but it's probably faster to search a map for a key than it is to search a vec for a key. To search a vec for an element. In fact, it would have to be faster, right? Except maybe in worst case scenarios, which I don't really care to think about. Great. I guess I'll think about them when they start impacting me. Main reason for changing to hash map is just for convenience, to be quite honest, and with a faint hope that it's probably faster. Alright, so this looks about right. Question mark for emphasis. Okay, so type count equals, it can be pub. Anytime we have a type alias, it's good to make it public. U32. U size would have been fine. Issue being lack of semicolon? No. What's the problem here? Expected R angle. Yeah, that's probably a good thing to have. And our problem is can't find hash map. Okay, well, we can fix that. Alright, well, yeah, we're good. That alarm was a bit early for me. We got a little more time. We're at the halfway mark, basically. Alrighty. Let's get rid of that. Alright. Okay. Hash map default. Okay. Now this is no longer 10 separate items, right? It's now 10. This is more than just a refactor. Now we're allowing 10 item slots, and we can have infinite. We have this many of each item. That's like what, 2 to the 32nd power? That's a lot. Like 4 million, I think. I don't care to calculate it, but it's, you know, it's one of those big numbers. It's more than it's more than 60,000. I know that. Actually, since it's unsigned, it might actually be 4 million. I don't remember exactly. I used to know it to a T, but such things disappear. Okay, now. Okay, it's a private field. Actually, that's good. It needs to be private. So everywhere I'm using it, I need to use this instead. And I need to spot check this implementation to see if it's working well. Because before I was doing things differently. Yeah. What's this values nonsense? Oh yeah, that's this thing. And it looks like before it was item ID item, but now it's going to be count. Actually, it's going to be count. Okay. From my tier items. Yeah. This doesn't look good in the first place because this honestly... Oh, I get it. Okay. So this is new when you've got something like this. Right, you're iterating over these guys. Now why won't that work? Mismatching, type mismatch, resolving I as this. Okay, it seems like we're just doing it the wrong way. Okay, we're just using it incorrectly. So, in order to fix that, no. It's an inventory. Expected that, found that. I'm not seeing where the type isn't lining up because we've got this here the way it should be. I mean, we're getting a lot of errors though. Okay, we've got some errors in the parser as well, probably related to this. Actually, wait, the parser wouldn't be using this. It's related to that. Compiling, type mismatch, resolving, da-da-da. Expected U32 item found U32, U32. That's the problem. Well, that's a problem. But inventory, if you look at inventory, is it really an instance of... Okay, it says self from iter. Oh, wait a minute. From iter. This is the problem right here. Okay, great. Count. Okay, that's gonna unlock things. We have our iter. We're just gonna get rid of this. Delete till equal. Oh. I'm so confused right here. I'm going to put these together so I can figure out the spacing. There we go. So this should be fixed now. Why is it not? Expected that, found that. Well, we're expecting a U32, which is a count. We found an item. Now, I'm not sure why we found an item here. Oh, here's why. That's why. Okay. Well, most of those errors are not going away. Anyway, now if we come down here, a lot of these errors are fixed. Great. Okay, there are fewer of them than I was expecting, to be quite honest with you. Put item. Item ID. Let's do try insert. Self.storage.try insert. Let some existing equal that. Else return. Actually, just do to do because we don't want to forget that. Try insert item ID 1. We're going to assume that item ID doesn't exist, right? And insert 1. Oh, it's unstable. Oh, this sucks. Okay. I hate seeing stuff in documentation I can't use. I mean, this would be perfect for this use case, but let's just do this. If self.storage.contains key item ID, this may as well be a reference, right? Yeah, it needs to be a reference. We can copy it if we need to. If it contains it, let some existing equal self.storage.get, I guess get mute, to be honest with you. item ID. I can unwrap it in this case and feel comfortable with it, can't I? There's probably another way to write the code to avoid unwrap, but I'm going to think about that later. Existing, oopsie daisy, plus equal 1, return. Whoa. Why doesn't that work? Can I do it like this? Why can't I return? Oh. We'll just say return OK. Perfect. Now it doesn't contain the key at this point. So at this point, we're going to do self.storage.insert. And I think we're done at that point. Not quite. Consider dereferencing the borrow. Now I imagine we're going to have to clone it here. But we don't. Okay. I'm surprised that we don't, to be quite honest with you. All right. Okay. The only problem here is, yeah, okay. Let's do this. Let some existing, whoa, hello. Existing equals self.storage dot get mute item ID. Oh. Else return. If it doesn't exist, we don't need to remove it. Take item. Oh, this is take item. Return none. I was just looking at this and thinking that this is the remove method. Oh, we just fixed put. Okay, we're fixing remove now. It looks like we're going to have to fix transfer. Okay. And this is just because we went through multiple changes to this type while this stuff was commented out. So that's we're just having to catch things up and then rework the latest change as well. So it's really more changes than what we needed. It's more changes than what we needed for the little bit that we did, I guess, in some sense. Okay. Well, okay, remove isn't a thing, I don't think. What would you call it? It is remove. Okay. Remove a key from the map. What's remove entry do? Remove a key from the map, returning the stored key and value if the key was previously in the map. Okay, remove. I'm not really seeing a difference. Honestly, maybe the type is different? Oh, I see. It returns both. Interesting. Okay. Okay, we're not going to remove here. Okay, it doesn't exist. We have it mutable. If existing equals 1, if we only have one item, we're going to remove it. Oh, I think it needs to be a reference. No, it already is a reference. I don't know. We'll find out. Return. Return. I mean, we already have the item ID, so we could just return Boolean, but anyway. Oh. Some item ID. I've got an idea. To make this kind of make sense, we can consume the item ID. Okay, I think the only problem here is we haven't finished the code yet. Existing plus equals -1. Return some item ID. Let's return the item ID because there was one. Okay, is that equals? Oh, it's the oh, okay, got it. Star existing. Right, we need to dereference here, fine. And here. You can't have -1 of that type, right, okay. You can subtract 1, you can't have -1. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if you could just preemptively, since this is a U type, an unsigned type, I wonder if you could just preemptively subtract an item and then check whether or not you hit 0. I wonder if there's like some kind of bounds checking you could do after the fact, like you can on the CPU level. I suspect not. Alright. Transfer to some item. Right. Well, yes. Problem here being, I guess we need to clone it. Yeah. Let item ID equal item ID.clone. I don't want to consume the original, but at the same time, inside of my method, I don't want to have access to a clone of it. I just want to have access to one copy. Okay. The problem here is what? Consider borrowing here? Oh. Interesting. We do need to borrow here. So when you take an item, it consumes your item ID for the sole purpose of forcing you to check the option. I don't like that so much. I feel like there's something missing here. But at least forces you to check. Sort of. I mean, you can clone to get around it, so it's not exactly forcing you. Okay. Let's do some planning here. We're running out of time, but we still got a little bit of time here. Let's close everything unrelated. I don't know why we had to switch to that tab to close it. Okay. Line 30. I mean, I don't really care about this one. I don't know why we're renaming when the name is already interactions. That's kind of weird. Oh, it's not the same. I misspelled it in the thing, and it's accepting that. It didn't tell me that I misspelled it. Okay. Well, that's just a bug I'm going to fix. 3-room circus. I didn't spell it correctly anywhere. I just need a C there. Okay. Well, let's not rename it. First of all, let's fix that bug first. Yes, and yes. Fix misspelling in AI parser and parsed file. That's the downside of creating your parser from a file using AI. It'll do something thoughtless like renames. But I'm not seeing any... Oh, here's a rename. That one's fine though. Yeah, let's look for other renames. Rename. Why are we renaming room ID as a room ID? That's weird to me. I don't want to fight it right now, but both of them look correct, so we're going to leave it. Okay, we're going to go from agent mode to plan mode. The type of... What type was that? Inventory. Oh yeah, the inventory. Inventory dot storage value is now hidden behind the inventory interface. Does that interface, oh, trait, let's say trait, impl, does that interface provide everything we need for the parser file module? Question mark. The answer is yes, but I want to see what it says. No harm in having it double check me, right? Okay, and let's see what kind of detail it gives me. Of course, I haven't asked it for a lot of details. I'm just relying on whatever built-in prompts the cursor has provided for the AI. I don't know which AI, but I don't really care. Honestly, without prompts, AIs are roughly equivalent in my view. Maybe they have slight differences, but they're all so... Like, I've heard that some are better at code. Like, I've heard one's better at unit tests and another one's better at non-unit test code. And it's like, well, but they're all really bad at all of those things. So what does it matter if they're slightly different, you know? I guess I've commoditized it in my brain. I don't like this. I don't like creating a new file over here. That's not helpful. Also, it made a detailed plan which just copied what I said. That was dumb. That makes me want to do this by hand now, to be quite honest with you. Oh well. Okay. Let's look at our new. Yeah, we're gonna do this by hand as much as we can. We'll wait till it gets annoying. We'll wait till doing it by hand gets more annoying than the AI. How about that? Right, we're returning this. Inventory, new. And we need an iterator of the right kind. Right, and we need the max capacity, which we need to rename as slots, by the way. Let's add that as a sub-element. We might not get this all done today. We're going to be leaving it in progress. So I better rename inventory.maxCapacity. Yeah. We're getting this part done. We're going to do that part. Okay, we already have that in our to-dos. We're just kind of doing it in a different order. Max capacity is going to be JSON. There we go. Max capacity. Okay. And then we need to pass in. Oh wait, that's right. We just do it that way. JSON inventory.items. Okay. Now that's going to fail for a different reason. I don't know why that's failing. Incompatible types? What? Oh, because I have a semicolon here. That's a problem. Perfect. Now this type is just wrong, right? Yeah. I'm going to have AI change that, but I'm also going to save my code separately. Alright. Where else am I going to get errors in this file, though? There are not that many right now. Interaction, parser. This is the only one in the parser. Okay. Let's open the parser twice. JSON inventory, and this is going to be a vec of, shoot, what was it? Item ID and count. We need to import those. Perfect. Let's get out of plan mode. We are, okay. Wait, let's just see where the errors come up. Hang on. Inventory equals let some JSON in there. I didn't realize you could do an if else with a let. That if let. Oh yeah, it's if let. That's why. That's why you can do it. Okay. Usually I find that super awkward and don't do it because I don't like this construction. I'd rather build inventory down here. Okay. Yeah, I'd rather have this line down here after the else. Okay. Right. Well, I guess let's see where the other errors are. The new ones. We had to have created some here. Wait, really? We got rid of all the parser errors. I think what happened is we got rid of all the errors on that level, and we're going to see the new errors when we solve these two. So let's just go fix those. We'll finish this when we get back, I guess. Well, there are both issues. Okay. We obviously can't access the storage now. But what I want to do is I want to provide an interface that lets me do everything I need to do. So we have new here. Oh. We have new, we have look inside, we have transfer. Now look inside would probably give me a lot of what we need. Put item. Max capacity is actually public. We don't have to worry about that. Storage.len. No, we don't have to do this manually at all. We just use the put item method, right? Item creator, yes. Okay, so we're just going to do room.inventory dot put item item is an item. Okay. Why is it not an ID? And I think that needs to be, yeah, okay, a reference. Sure. No field ID. What? Oh. Oh! This is confusing me. Item ID. Yeah, that's just confusing me. Okay. Right. I don't think we need any of this stuff. Put item will do the check, right? It'll check your capacity. We do need to give an error message, though. Right? We'll check the return value here. There we go. Yeah, result that must be used. This is part of an interaction, so quite honestly, what were we doing before? We were just returning if it failed, right? Yeah, we're just returning. Okay, well, let's do a little better this time. Question mark. And then this needs to be type result, nothing, or a static string. And it's going to tell me that I'm not returning okay. Whoa, contains key. Okay, yeah, we can return an error here. Item not found. ID equals. Let's do that. Let's just return OK here. That fixes a lot. Okay, so right, we need to do format. Okay, format. I think that's how you spell it. Is it not? Seriously? Okay. Astra, right there. Mismatch types, expected Astra found string. Wait, item ID is not a string. Is it? Oh, it is. Wait. No, it's a U32. I'm so confused with this. Let's do this. What's it going to say? Oh! Oh, I get it. I see the problem right here. This is not a string. We can't do that. It's a dot as str. That's the problem right there. Okay, apparently that type checks. I really am confused as to why. I would think that would mess with the borrow checker, but apparently not. Apparently not. Okay. Maybe it's just not at that level. Oh. Okay, it's time to go. We do need to finish this function, but I guess we can do it next time. I'll see you later, nerds. I do want... Whoopsie daisy. I need to bold this, so I'll remember to do it next time, I guess. Anyway, yeah, this is kind of a bigger change than we had time